about a minute. We just have a few cars parking, so. So, good evening. Good to see you guys. So, thank you for being here tonight. This is probably one of the best experiences if you've never done it before. And if you've done it before, then you already know that this is one of the final steps that we take at the end of a year. And I'm going to walk you through the whole process. But the most important thing about tonight is making sure that you recognize that you're not just holding space for yourself and what you're going to take out to the fire. You're holding space for everyone here. That it's our collective energy tonight that will help each of us release what we don't want to take forward and what we all want to affirm for ourselves in the new year. And so as we begin, I am going to go through several readings that I believe will help us set the stage for today. And then we'll go through prayer and meditation. And then as we go through, I'll just give you plenty of guidance on what you need to be doing and then what our next steps are. So just try to relax into this and just let's go through the process of preparing first, okay? So I want to begin first with the reading from the daily word today, which of course is let go and let God. It says, with a grateful heart, I bid the year farewell. As the year draws to a close, I reflect upon the joyful times as well as the lower points of the past several months. In a prayerful moment of contemplation, I feel gratitude as I accept all of it. I may have laughed and cried, celebrated and grieved, but I made it. As days turned into weeks and weeks turned into months, I have met the year's events with faith and I have grown resilient. Now it's time for me to let it all go as I prepare to begin again. I take the lessons of the past 12 months, their joys and their sorrows, and prepare myself for the new year. I let go and let God as I spiritually surrender my hopes and dreams and even my fears. I am divinely guided and infinitely blessed. I step boldly and bravely into a year that is mine to claim and live to the fullest. And from Psalm 4, verse 5, it says, offer right sacrifices and put your trust in the Lord. I also want to read something from the sweetest dream. Many of you have been, I think, using the booklet we gave out this year. And for today, the message is about the power of imagination. It says, many people use their faculty of imagination without realizing the full extent of its power. We can bring into visibility any good we desire, any goal we have by imagining it and imaging it, and accept the image as real. There is no limit to the good we can manifest in our lives by creating a mental image of it first. We can consciously manifest our good by repeatedly seeing it in our mind's eye in detail, as if it were actually in physical form. We not only want to visualize our good, but we want to feel the emotion of having it or doing it. As we enter into a new year, let us boldly develop a list of big dreams and goals we want to manifest. Let us confidently visualize them, affirm them, and believe Spirit wants us to experience them. And from Genesis 13, verses 14 and 15, it says, raise your eyes now and look from the place where you are. For all the land that you see, I will give to you and to your offspring forever. Now, one of the most difficult things for people is to imagine and to hold that image as though it's already happened. It's easy to start talking to ourselves and saying, well, that can't possibly be. Look at my circumstances, look at my bank account, look at my life, look at where I am. But the idea of true imaging is to see yourself already there, to be where you want to be in your mind, to know that it's as real as you can hold on to. But the question is, will we hold on to see those things manifest in our life? And do we have the courage to have more faith than we have fear? That's the real crux of this whole thing, is it's faith over fear. But our fears get in the way, and our limited thinking causes us to believe that what we're writing down can't happen. But in the same way that we will release what no longer serves us, it will be important for you to be able to hold the image for what you believe. Because once we do that process and you put it in the envelope and you seal it, you have declared it. But will you hold it in your consciousness? Now, we have a congregant here who went through a loss of her husband and wrote this message back in September of this year, 2023. I'm going to give you some background. But when I read this a month or so ago, I told her I was hanging on to it because I thought there would be the right and perfect moment to share. And this is the night to share because it's called Letting Go. Here's the background, she wrote. I was at my home in Panama to prepare it for sale. The home sits on 34 acres on pristine primary forest, the cloud forest instead of the rainforest because of the altitude. It sits at 4,000 feet elevation on an inactive volcano and a distant view of the Pacific Ocean. The location close to the equator gives 12 hours of light and 12 hours of darkness, a place of complete balance. It was time to let go of the past. I held a ceremony to spread my husband's ashes among the gardens to honor his final wish. It was a time to let go of all material possessions. It was a time for forgiveness. It was a time to honor the people in my life. It was a time to honor myself. So I listened and went within. And here's what she wrote during that listening process. So I want you to just imagine yourself on that property as she did, seeing the ocean, the clouds, and this is what she wrote. I am in a home surrounded by nature, serenaded by the sweet lullabies of birds, insects, and animals. Large groves of bamboo captured my attention, swaying gently by the fresh breeze, rhythmically clattering and toning their unique melodious songs, until I became immersed within nature's symphony. Bamboo dancing and bending majestically created a refuge where I could escape from the chaos to a place of tranquility and peace and harmony, urging me to seek inner peace by uncovering the hidden, unconscious thoughts and beliefs that are holding me back from being my authentic self. I continued to listen to the enchantments of the cloud forest. Bamboo shoots whistle their lofty musical notes, harmonizing with the cadence of the insects, lulled in the quietness of the rain, filtering mistily to the earth, cleansing the air, and filling my nostrils with the smell of change. And I was in awe as I discovered the pure essence of knowing. I can easily draw each breath to fill my essence with peace and love. In this serene and calm place, where the light and dark are in balance, I discovered a profound, dark silence, stilling the chatter of my mind. Whispers began stirring within me, unveiling secrets and opening the portal until I was finally receptive to truly listening to the shadows within me, winding their way around my heart, embracing my fears and untruth assumptions. I broke their chains to set my soul free. Acknowledging those shadows, I openly chose to let them go. I released them to the winds. I released them to the rainfalls. I named them, and they all started with fear. As I let go of all of that, no longer served my highest good, I discovered there is such freedom in letting go. The space that was created, a sanctuary within me that held only pure love. There was a life-altering precious gift bestowed to me by the bamboo groves and nature sounds of the cloud forest. So imagine yourself there. And this is your night. And everything you're letting go of begins with fear. But nothing you affirm will begin in fear. So as this year comes to an end, we have this opportunity to embrace our fears, the untruths, just like she did, and set our souls free, declaring our desires in two ways. One, affirming the thoughts, experiences, and emotions that we no longer want, that we want to release forever. And two, affirming our desired thoughts, experiences, and emotions for this new year. In determining what to leave behind, it's important to ask ourselves two questions. One, what have I been holding on to that is causing me pain or unhealthy emotion? And two, what is creating a sense of burden or simply holding me back? Tonight, together, we're going to set ourselves free by releasing what no longer serves us. And at the same time, we will declare through divine guidance what we want for our lives in 2024. So I'd like to go over the directions first. And our online audience can participate in everything except joining us in the fire, but you can create this experience for yourself, and I'll explain that. So first, we will have a prayer and meditation. And the idea for us is to calm ourselves and to get to that place where spirit comes forward and we allow it to guide us. The idea is to get out of your head and into your heart. Don't listen to whatever is chattering in your mind. Listen to your heart. The words that come forward that you couldn't possibly have thought of. We'll be guided to identify burdens and anchors. You should have received paper and pen. Some of you have clipboards. I think we ran out. But everybody also has paper, pen, and envelopes. Melody, there are some people looking back there. If you would go guide them, please. Thank you. The idea is to write down on one piece of paper, which we will do after meditation, so don't get ahead of yourself. We're going to write down painful burdens, memories, negative thoughts, and feelings. Our online audience can get paper and pen and do the same at the right time. Then we will pray and meditate and call forth our desires for the new year. These will be written on a separate piece of paper. So you have two pieces of paper. One is for your burdens, one is for your desires. The desires will be placed in the envelope. We're going to ask you to write your name and address on that envelope and leave that envelope in the basket by the front door, because we're going to mail that back to you in 6 months to see if you've been holding the image for your desires and to remind you to keep doing that. For those of you at home, you can put the piece of paper in an envelope and you can put it somewhere safe and don't open it for at least 6 months. Then we're going to go outside together in the silence. It's very important that you go from meditation to the fire and stay in the silence till the last piece of paper and burden is burned. And once you put yours in there, as you put yours in there, we will hold the consciousness for you in releasing it. And as everyone else here does that, please see that just dissipating and no longer burdening them. After everything is left, we ask you just to stay in the silence till the end, and then you'll be free to go. For those of you at home, please don't start a fire. But you could, if you have a fireplace, put it in there. Or you could just do what many people have done, which is tear them up and throw them away. And make sure you don't take them out and glue them back together. That's the important thing. Melody, will you? Thank you, Jeffrey. All right, are we ready? Okay. So Jeffrey, I'll let you help. Mel, could you go help him, please? There's 4 people that need paper. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. All right, I'm going to ask you all to get comfortable now. We're going to be in this place for a little while. Thank you, Peter. And I'm going to ask you to respond and repeat this prayer after me as I share it. So get comfortable. Please try to keep your feet flat on the floor. Just take a few deep breaths. And we'll go from prayer right into meditation. Divine Spirit, you can repeat after me. Divine Spirit, I release all that no longer serves me. I affirm my highest good will come forth. I open my heart and my mind to what awaits me. And so it is. So now, as you continue to breathe, I would just like you to take some time to get into a place where your breath begins to set a rhythm. As 2023 comes to an end, I give thanks for the experiences of this past year that added value to my life. The experiences that helped me grow spiritually, emotionally, and physically. It is also a time that I choose to leave behind anything, everything, all that no longer serves a purpose in my life. This might include people and issues I've tried to control during this past year. Or perhaps it's the tired, worn-out stories I keep telling, especially those that weaken my strength and paralyze my thoughts and limit my abilities. I release concerns that have continued to worry me, but those that I cannot control. I release the fears and the doubts about myself and those I have of others. Tonight, I mentally scan the well-being of my body, and I become keenly aware of the emotional pain and the burdens that I have stored in my cells, in my mind, and in my heart. Anything that is preventing my mental, physical, and emotional health and happiness can be released tonight. If it no longer brings me peace, it no longer needs to be with me. As I continue my breathing, I reflect upon the relationships I have had this past year. Those with family and friends and coworkers and even acquaintances. Relationships of the past and present that do not bring peace and do not bring joy. I prepare to release all thoughts that have caused me hurt and pain and created tension between myself and others. As we said on Christmas Eve, nobody can stand in the way of our happiness and our true joy except us. And so I forgive myself for all the things I have said and done that have not brought peace to myself and definitely have not brought peace to others. All the looks on my face, all the moments when I created that tension that didn't need to be there, the times when I could not see the light of God in someone else, and even the times when I could not see the light of God in me. Most importantly, I release concerns about the role I play or have played in any pain, hurt, or tension I caused. And I prepare to release any remaining darkness that is preventing my divine light from shining brightly. Perhaps I've carried physical pain this past year, part of which came from burdens I was holding on to, and part of which was physical pain that made it difficult for me to see positively the path forward. And so I release all those limitations, knowing that the only thing between me and my future is me. And I step aside and get out of the way so the path can be brightly lit. As it's lighted, I see my way forward, and the light gets brighter and brighter as it leads me to what is mine to do this year and mine to experience, whether that's in my feelings, in reality, in pure joy, but I stop being fearful. I consciously choose to move forward into this new year without pain, without hurt, without my stories, without my emotional burdens. I take time now in the silence to call forth the words, the thoughts, the names of people or the issues that need releasing. And once I've had those clear in my heart, I write them down on the first piece of paper. Whatever I write, I no longer need. I am being divinely guided to write until I'm out of words and thoughts and fears. It can be one word, 2 words, a sentence. I might be guided to a feeling. Whatever it is, it becomes clear. If it doesn't bring me joy, if it doesn't make me happy, if it doesn't bring me good health, if it causes me pain, and so now we continue affirming that releasing everything I've written down will provide the freedom necessary for my mind, my body, and my heart to be free. So we allow the music to carry us as we continue on. A sense of peace and calm begin to fill my soul. And I can already feel the blood flowing freely without interruption. My body invigorated, my heart renewed, feeling free and whole. I seek guidance now for what is mine to do in 2024 to fulfill my soul's purpose. I am open to all possibilities for my life. And I allow the right words, thoughts, and desires to fill my heart. And on my second piece of paper, I allow those desires to come forward. And the music guides me to just allow myself to be creative and imaginative. What do I see? What do I experience? What hope will I affirm? I see myself doing it right now. Whatever my divine guidance leads me to believe is my right passage for this year. Will I explore, discover, experience? Will I allow myself to be happy, healthy, and whole? Will I express myself in my divine way? Will my light shine brightly on others? I affirm my truth. I see it. I believe it. And I certainly am open to receiving it. And as those words and those desires, my hopes are written down, when I run out of words and feelings and guidance, I place those in the envelope and seal them, knowing that this is my declaration for my life. I address the envelope to myself which makes it even more real that I hold the expectation for my highest good. And now, as we begin the process to stay in the silence, we begin our journey to the fire, taking with us what we want to release and leaving in the basket what we declare for our lives. Take your time. There's no rush. We can move when you're ready. If that's one by one or all together, we will all end up out there.